Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Thanks for joining me. Today I get to share with you a project not using a stamp set today, but using some designer dies from Echo Park. I have a few of them here, and I have, let's read them off. I have the Tulip die set, the Floral Leaves die set, and the Layered Flower die set. All of these are super pretty, and I thought I'd create a real fun spring bouquet. And so we'll just take these out of the package, and then I'll just separate them. We're going to do some die cutting, and I'm going to bring in a paper pad from MFT. It's one I've had in my stash for a little while, but it's super pretty. It's a watercolor pattern kind of paper, but a lot of soft colors. So I chose a few different shades, some pinks and some oranges, and then 2 different shades for the green. And we're going to just do a couple of die cutting. We're going to do some leaves, and then there's a little tulip die and the flower. We'll add those to the yellow pattern paper here. Super pretty. And then the stems, will do a few different shades of green. I'm also going to die cut out the same floral images with some glitter cardstock. This is PIXIE Dust glitter cardstock from Fawn. Super shiny and super pretty. And for my sentiment, I'm going to use this WOW die from MFT. So lots of die cuts, but I think it creates a real fun card. So once everything's die cut out, we are going to layer our glittery cardstock to our dies here. We're just going to offset them just a little bit, so a little bit of that glitter is peeking out from behind. Today's card is fairly soft, and I wanted to make it stand out with some sparkle. So we're just going to do a little bit of layering. We're going to do the tulip leaves, all the floral stems, and we're even going to do the WOW. We're just going to offset all of our little elements. Once that's done, we're going to take some double-sided foam adhesive and layer our flower together. Place that center piece right in there, and then using our glue, we'll attach the tulips to the base of our little stems for our leaves. If we can get them stuck down there. Okay, we're going to set this aside, and I have a rounded corner die here that I'm going to create a frame with. We'll just die cut that out. Once that's die cut out, we are going to flip it over, and I'm going to add some foam adhesive behind here. We're going to pop it up on our card base. I think this is a great way just to add a little bit of dimension to a somewhat plain card. And there's stitch lines along the inside of this frame too, which I think makes it super pretty. Once my foam adhesive is added, we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our card base. Card base is A2 size card base, was just 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I didn't quite center it. I raised it up just a little bit from the bottom, higher on the bottom than it was on the top. Only because we're going to have a bottom heavy card, so I wanted it to be kind of balanced. Now I went ahead and added foam adhesive behind my W and my O and my W. The nice thing about this WOW die is that you can flip it over for a Mom's Day card, so it could say Mom. I thought that was super fun. We're just going to place that on the inside of our window frame. Got that little glitter, and it gets super soft and pretty. We'll go ahead and add this little leaf along the side of the frame here. We'll go ahead and add our little large flower on that bottom corner, just using some glue. And I'm going to take a piece of foam tape and tuck it under there, just so it's a little bit more stable. Next we'll add our tulips. We'll add this little greenery first, just using some glue. And then we'll add our tulips. Add a few strips of foam tape here. This is going to go on the inside of our window frame, so I want everything to be basically level. And then for our second tulip, I'll add that, but I'm going to trim off the bottom portion of the stem just so I could tuck it under a little bit better to the flower. Okay, once all our elements are added, now we need the second part of our sentiment to go with the WOW. I'm going to be using the sentiment from the You Wow Me stamp set. It coordinates with that WOW die, and everything that I use today, guys, I'll list down below in case you're interested in the products I'm sharing today. But basically, any kind of flower or tulip dies that you have would work fantastic for this card. I'm going to stamp sentiment says You Made My Day, but instead of using black ink, I wanted to keep it really soft. I'm going to be using a gray ink. This is from MFT. It's cement gray. I just stamped that on white cardstock, and I'm going to die cut that out with one of my sentiment dies here. And I also cut out a piece of glitter cardstock with that same die, and we're going to do the same layering that we did with the flowers in our WOW, just to add some sparkle. Once that's layered, we'll add some foam adhesive behind here and add that to our sentiment. Super pretty. This would be a real pretty Mom's Day card if you flip that WOW over. Okay, for finishing touches, I'm going to go in with some sparkling clear sequins. These are from Pretty Pink Posh. I'm going to add a little cluster to the center of my flower here. And I just flatten them. These are a little bit really curvy. And so I flatten them with a piece of paper just so they're all evenly spaced. I'm going to add a couple more below my sentiment, and then one right on top of my WOW. And then that finishes off my card today, guys. Super easy and fun, but just using dies. I think it's a nice, fun spring card. Thanks so much for joining me. I wish you a fantastic day, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.